Hey guys, how's it going everybody? My name is Blitzwinger, and ladies and gents, welcome on back to a brand new, sorry, I can't even continue talking because this is so ridiculous looking, but welcome back to a brand new LEGO Marvel Superheroes 2 video, and today we're going to go on ahead and try to create the Iron Man Mark 50 armor that we saw in Infinity War within the game. Because of course, even though we do have some sweet looking armors in the game for Iron Man, we have the comic book version of Iron Man right here, which looks pretty cool, nice and clean, but even with this version, I would change certain things, so we're going to talk about that in just a second. Of course, don't forget, guys, if there's a specific character that you would like to see done up in a customs format, hit that like button, and down in the comment section below, let me know, because this was one of the lovely suggestions from you guys. Some of the other armors that we got is the Mark 47, which I don't know. I feel like it's a little too busy. There's too much stuff going on, which is a little odd because, again, Iron Man's such a cool character, but I feel like in this game in particular, I'm not a particularly huge fan of any of the armors. I'd probably say this right here is my favorite. I just really like the over-the-top nature of the Iron Man 2020 design. I think it looks cool. The only thing I would change is I know that a lot of people like the fact that he's got the opening helmet and everything, and you could see Iron Man underneath, but for me, personally speaking, I'd much rather if the back of the head there was red so that it kind of feels more complete instead of showing the skin, because then there's like a clear separation between the helmet and the body, and I think that it makes it look a little more cheap, which again, Iron Man's got to look, you know, absolutely redonkulously awesome. Some other Iron Man-esque armors in the game include, of course, the Tactical Force armor, which is all right looking. Again, very creative compared to a lot of the other stuff that we've seen, and as you can see right there, for example, that head is painted green, which I really like because I think it looks really, really cool and works very well with the helmet, better so than if you have just an actual face peeking from behind it. Now, some of the other armor, oh yeah, there's the Old West Iron Man, which for some reason I cannot see right now. Where is it, man? It's got to be... I don't even remember what they title it as, you know, like Old West Iron... Oh, there it is. So there it is, the Iron Man Old West armor. Again, looks decent. I think, again, it's very creative. So in that sense, I'll give it some, I guess, points for that. So with that in mind, let's go on ahead and try to give it our all to get an Iron Man Mark 50 armor together. I hope we can do a good job with it. I think that it's not going to be exceptionally difficult, but we'll see, because again, I'm sure it's not going to be too easy just because of the fact that we can't really make it look exactly like it does in the film, so that will obviously limit... Wait, why did I go to the battle arena? I'm literally like, wait, this is loading very long. I'm like, this usually doesn't take this long. What's going on here? And then there's like a proper loading screen, and my mind is telling me in the back of my mind, like, this is odd. Why is there a loading screen? There's never been a loading screen. This is really, really bizarre. And then I realized, oh, that's probably because you're being a complete buffoon. So yeah, but either way, basically, the point that I was getting at is, of course, the customization system is good. It's not great in this game, but I think there's a lot of possibility for what will come in the future, and hopefully the Lego DC Supervillains game really steps it up even more so than what we've seen so far. All right, let's go to the customizer now. Holy moly, I messed that up. I'm sorry about that, guys. By the way, so far we've done a really good job with a lot of these customs, so if you haven't seen them yet, check them out. We've already designed Black Widow, Thor, Spider-Man, of course, Hawkeye right there. We're going to work on Iron Man today. We did the Winter Soldier, which a lot of you guys were like, we should rename him White Wolf, so we might just do that. Steve Rogers, Ultron before, and then, of course, the unmasked Black Panther as well. All right, so let's get to designing the Man of Iron. I was going to say the Man of Steel, but that would be... Superman. Okay, so there's our Iron Man. Done. No, I'm joking, obviously. That's why I was laughing at the beginning, because like if that was actually the design we went with, that would have been pretty hilarious. But I just literally pressed random. Okay, so let's start designing. So first and foremost, we will use a helmet, just because, well, I do like the helmeted look, and we're actually going to use the Iron Heart helmet because I feel like the gold and almost the yellow on the design on the Mark 50 is much more prominent than it was on the other armors. Like on the other armors, it really was like this. It was kind of more gold. Whereas on these designs, I feel like it's more yellow. So I think this will work really nicely. The head really does not matter. All I would change is making it white. Make it red. Just because, again, I think that looks somewhat lame and makes the armor look a little bit more cheap. Whereas that blends in nicely and looks a little more complete. So that's what we're going to go with. Now, again, you could change the face to whatever you want as long as you can change the color of it to red. So that's really all we're going for. I guess if you wanted to, I'm trying to think how you would go about maybe using a face without, because it's a nano suit, right? It's more like skin tight, so it's like over to his face. So I'm thinking like maybe there's a way you could do one without a helmet, but I really don't think that any of these would do a very good job of being exactly like the face that you would need. Maybe like Major Victory, if you could recolor that, would look decent. Yeah, I mean, I'd still stick with the helmet because I think it looks a little bit cooler overall. All right, the other thing we need to do is remove the weapon. I don't even know what that is. Where is that even from? Is that a sword? Is that considered to be a sword? I'm actually kind of bewildered by that. Where is that from? Is that from here? Oh, yeah, it is. Okay. It's actually right there, the cleaver. Huh. I didn't even know that that was in the game. That's really weird. All right, so let's get to work on the other elements here. So I think we'll do the body last. We'll do the arms next. And I think for the arms, again, we're looking for something that's red and gold predominantly. Like something like that, but if the black was red, would be kind of cool looking. I really like that. That's a good option for us. The Iron Heart arms. That might be the one that we go with. Ooh, let's see this. Huh, that's really interesting as well. But the issue with this one is the following, because depending on the torso that we go with, which, again, there aren't a lot of options, and we're definitely going to use an Iron Man torso. So I'm just going to scroll through just to see what is available to us, you know, as far as our possibilities. So I think we're just going to go right up to the Iron Man armors, just because over here I don't particularly see anything exceptionally good. So we'll look through the armors in just one sec. I just want to scroll all the way up just to be thorough, you know? I guess we could technically use that as well if we wanted to, but it's clearly a star shape for the torso piece. So I don't think that'll be really good. For the chest piece, I should say. The reactor. All right, so we're going to go on ahead and go with an Iron Man armor. I think like the Iron Heart armor, it, like clearly goes inwards, so it kind of like generates weird looking hips for him. I wonder if we could have used this, but I feel like that's a little too simplistic. So let's try this, right? Now that's where the issue with the arms comes in, because now these arms are too dark. What about these ones here? Ooh, I like that. Dude, that actually looks really nice. I think that's the ones I'm going to go with. Just because all of these ones, the other ones that have like cool patterns on them and such, the problem with them is that they're completely the wrong shade of red. So yeah, because of that, they're not going to work. But the Ironheart arms actually work really, really nicely here. So we're going to go with that. Obviously change the hands to be red. And then we've got the hips and the legs to work on. So we'll start with the legs, because I feel like once we have the legs figured out as far as which ones we want to use, it'll be easier to figure out the hips. Something like this would be kind of cool, but I feel like that's way too much yellow, and it's going to be a little bit too bright. So it's a little adventurous there. And plus, I feel like that would be inaccurate to the film. So I don't really want to go for that one there. And again, obviously, we're trying to pull off the most accurate look we possibly can. I think that the Ironheart legs would work really, really well here. The Iron Man legs could be pretty interesting as a possibility as well. But I feel like the yellow on the Ironheart is a lot nicer and kind of stands out better. So I think that's the one we're going to go with. Unless, if, of course, there's a better option, which right now I'm not really seeing here. Yep. Okay. So we'll try that out. Then we need to change the hips to be obviously red. That would be a great, or red and gold in an ideal world. That's interesting. You can do these ones here with the Iron Heart. So for the most part, it's going to be just minor changes to the armor. But hey, I'm not going to lie. I actually do think that that's a pretty good looking Iron Man design. Seriously. Okay, so we've got that figured out, Sweet. All right, so now we can move on to abilities and such. Now, again, as I always say, this is something that is really dependent on you guys, and I'm going to leave that up to you. I would probably use like tracking, digging, obviously super strength, vine cutting, fix-its, clearly. Deflection would probably be one that I would use because he can create like shields and such. Crack Lego walls, techno access would be at a given. That one's easy. And maybe even a grapple ability, because he might be able to do that as some sort of a subset of his typical skill set. So we will go on ahead and give him bolts right off the bat. And we need to make those kind of bluish. I think Trying to figure out which color would look cool. I think that light blue actually looks really nice. Bold style, that's too much. I feel like the first one really does work the best, honestly. And then we will give him... Actually, no. Let's not give him bold targeting. I think that will be lame. Okay, so we have that figured out. Great. Now, for the hold ability, I think we're going to go on ahead and give him a beam. And we will make it a heat beam. Just kind of like the one that he was fixing stuff with on the ship. I think that would be the best, but obviously we're going to change the beam origin. Let's do it as a left-hand one. We'll make it orange. I think that'll look great. Then, for our circle ability set, I kind of want to go with force field because I think that could be kind of cool. Or actually, no, we do need to have fighting. I kind of forgot about that. That's important. And then we'll do another beam, but this one we're going to go on ahead and actually... I kind of want to make this one look a little bit more powerful, so we'll create that element. We'll still keep it as a heat beam, but what we'll do is we're going to go on ahead and actually change the color to be red. Ah, that actually looks bad, that red, doesn't it? Huh. Maybe blue then? Let's see, blue, but then both hands. There we go. Just so it kind of looks a lot more powerful than the other beam that he has available. And then, of course, our double tap ability must give us flight, so that's super important. We will maintain the hyper jump as well, so that he's kind of ready for liftoff. We're going to give him standard health, even though we sometimes hope he would be invulnerable, because, let's be honest, none of us really want to lose the one and only Iron Man from the films. And then we'll give him that pointer there, the red one there, because I think that looks cool and appropriate for Iron Man. And ladies and gents, that is our take on the Iron Man Mark 50. So let's go on ahead and call in this armor, take a look at how it actually turned out. This is, I think, the last character that we needed to create from Avengers Infinity War. I mean, like, we could do a take on maybe Vision as well. Okay, so that's kind of lame. I guess we should have placed that on both hands, because it's sort of lame that he just fires them off from one hand. We do have our double laser beam, so that's cool. For some reason, he doesn't have fighting ability on his circle. Oh, no, he does. There we go. Cool. And then we do have also this laser beam as well, which does look super duper cool. So with all of that being said, ladies and gents, let me know what you guys think of the Iron Man Mark 50. Do you like it? Do you not like it? And of course, in addition to that, if you have your own design of this character and of this armor, please do not hesitate to share it with me over on social media, whether it be Twitter or Instagram. Those are the places where I have Blitzwinger accounts, so you can go on ahead and tweet at me or tag me on Instagram. Both places, it's just at Blitzwinger. Thank you guys so very much for watching. Of course, like always, have an absolutely fantastic day. I will hopefully catch you guys here on the next one. Peace out. See you laters, alligators. Bye-bye, everyone.